as aggressive as he is off the tee, he stays in beautiful balance with the iron shots.
And he was posing on that one, Kay. Posing. Like Dad did so many times in his career right after shot. Oh, the club twirl. He's got the whole Tiger.
How much fun do you think they're having?
Oh, man. You can't even describe this.
No.
Tiger trying to cut back a little bitty wedge in there. It's trying.
Oh, he's utilized that slope nicely. Two pretty good shots, but he's well outside Charlie's shot. Up to 18.
Third shot for Lee Trevino. This is a little bit of a challenge. Way back in that bunker, long shot. Look at him play. I mean, does he have all the shots, Justin? What was that?
That was really cool. I think he almost hit it like a pitch shot where he caught it clean. That wasn't a full bunker swing.
Lee Trevino, I mean, age 81 now. That was really cool. Just on the back of the green there.
Barely, yeah. I think more off the left than down.
Back to the 16th here. Thomas is talking over this second shot.
Just left of the feet to it.
Okay, it's been a great role reversal that I've witnessed these last few hours with JT sort of taking on the coach's role, trying to coach his dad through some of these situations and reads and club selection. I think he's really having a lot of fun.
JT talked about it, how, you know, there's three relationships. It's coach and student, father, son, and best friends. And they've managed all three of those things very well over the years.
See if Mike can swoop one in there. That's well done right there, right on line.
And it's that last relationship that you mentioned, Kay, that Mike says is the most important. We're friends. And I think that kind of has to be the balance when you have this kind of intense a relationship. I mean, following your son around the world playing golf, you're his teacher, you're right there every week, week in, week out. And Justin says, yeah, there's moments where it doesn't go exactly smooth, but in the end, he's my dad and he's my friend. So it works.
So Noda, there's a lot of balls up there around the hole location.
There really is. Mike did a great job as the leadoff hitter, putting it in there with a nice birdie look up the hill. So JT saw Tiger's ball respond, and this is from 111, so he knows he can pull it back a little if he wants to launch one up into the air. Use that bank that's just a little bit behind and left of the hole. This is going to need to come back just a bit.
Yeah, it does a little bit of a dance.
Oh, yeah, it caught the pitch mark as it was coming back. Otherwise, it might have come back a couple feet closer.
Charlie outdid them all, Kay.
Yeah, he did. And what a duo that we're seeing. These guys.
A birdie range here. It's going to come down a little to Mike's right.
And this would be for their 10th birdie today to get themselves to double digits under par. Not much movement in this putt. Now, he started it right. It went a little right. If you hit it firmer, it'll stay more on line. Up to 18.
And Daniel Trevino from that spot where his dad put him here. That long bunker shot. Yeah. I'd say that's a pretty good up and down from where they were. 62 for the Trevinos in what Lee has long called his favorite tournament that he has ever played in.
Okay, Justin Thomas here at 16. See if he can't get this birdie putt to fall. No, and he just couldn't get it out to the left enough. And that now has given the Woods team an opportunity to tie Team Thomas for the tournament, within the tournament.
Yeah, and it's be a good bounce back after that poorly executed bogey at the 15th. Charlie loves to knock these putts in. He always wants to be the one that putts out for the team. And there is nothing in this at all.
Well, how about that? Young Charlie Woods hits a stellar approach shot to just outside of a foot and a half, and then just calmly gets up there and puts it in the bottom of the cup. No nerves. To 18.
the par 5, and LJ.
And he will give it a rip here, too.
Yes, he will. Was chatting with him and his dad in the Pro-Am, and John says he's getting it by me a lot these days. And that was a good rip at this par 5, 565. Up ahead, you've got the third shots coming up here for the Furyks. Big weekend here for young Tanner, who his sport is really lacrosse. He hasn't played near as much golf as he has lacrosse. That's his sport.
And he's another one that I think here during the pandemic, as so many people have, really started playing the game more. Very similar setup to how his dad sets up. His hands very close to his body.
I'm sorry? 7, I understand. Yes, I think that's a good play. I'm comfortable ending it, yeah.
And we'll keep it right here for Dad. Tanner was born 6 months after Jim won the 2003 U.S. Open at Olympia Fields for his major championship. Of course, Jim's father, the only teacher he's ever had, has played with him in this championship for the first time with 17-year-old Tanner. Callie is his daughter, him and Tabitha, on the bag here. So
yeah, she's attending college at Belmont.
And you got Fluff on Tanner's bag.
I need a diagram of that. There's a lot going on there, but it's a family affair.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Dan, here at 17, the par 3. It'll play 208 yards for Tiger Woods and Justin Thomas, considerably shorter for both Mike and Charlie. It's downwind. I think it still is, Noda.
Yeah, no. Okay.
What these guys were really trying to figure out here is Joey was looking up at trying to catch some of the treetops or the clouds just to get a little bit of an understanding of where that wind might be coming from.
And Team Woods really, they need it at worst, I think, a birdie finish. They'd love to finish 2-3 with an eagle on 18, because currently they're 5 back of the lead.
It's not an easy hole, Justin. 10 birdies of the 18 groups that have gone by thus far. Looks like it's going to be right of the hole, but a chance, certainly the way Charlie's putting, for a birdie.
And really, Justin, you don't want to be more than, in this format, you can't afford to be more than 3 back, maybe at the most.
No, you're right. I mean, since 2004, 10 of the 13 winners have converted an 18-hole lead to victory. So very important this first round to be in good position.
This is Bubba Watson experiencing this PNC Championship for the first time, playing with his father-in-law, his wife Angie's dad. And he said a big reason why he's here is he wants his son Caleb to soak it all in, because one day he'd love to take him as his own partner as well.
Justin Thomas now appears to have the wind figured out, or at least comfortable with it. That could be left.
Yeah, we saw him miss the fairway wood left on the par 5 14, and now the 6-iron here at 17.
So it's all on Mike, whose tee shot will come from 163 yards. Meanwhile, Charlie even a little bit shorter than that, from 142. So you see the wind is blowing. And it is downwind. And as we mentioned before, they're able to use range finders here this week. It's a local rule instituted by the Rules Committee. Family affair. You see Mike's wife Janny on the bag there, Justin's mother.
You got one hole? 65 holes. I think it's more 55. You have like a 60 or a 5 12 or something. I just hit a 60. Just hit a 60 club like at the left edge of that bunker and just swing at it. Plenty of room up there.
You know, these guys are obviously just so good, but it just makes everybody think about what we do. Playing golf with our fathers and our kids, it's just universal in this game.
Oh, you're absolutely right, Jimmy, and especially for a father-son combination like this. You know, they don't live in the same city all the time, so the rounds of golf that they get to play together, they're all very, very special.
Where you got to go?
Not on the green, but he's got plenty of green to work with. And that's dangerous and moving down towards the water. Now Charlie Woods from 142 yards.
And he's got a straight avenue because the hole is cut in a section on this left side of the green that doesn't bring that bunker that's right sort of in the center entryway into play. Charlie can go right after this whole location.
Plays quickly too. Oh, we'll have to wait and see where that is. You can see the red line over there, so penalty area, but Dad in good shape as we go to 18.
And Jim Furyk for birdie.
A long putt here going up the hill slightly. Another nice effort.
Talked about the generations and how this game is passed down. Multiple generations and many times with the players involved in this championship. Jim's father, only teacher he's ever had, Mike. Bubba Watson trying to finish up with a birdie here. Playing with his father-in-law, Wayne Ball. This is while we were away. He says Wayne is still an improving kind of golfer, so Bubba's had to carry the load today. 65 for him and his father-in-law. And Jim Furyk finishing up here for the par. Boy, and he played well today. Dad carried the load pretty much the whole way with him and Tanner. Tanner playing for the very first time.
All right, Mike Thomas now after Justin put his tee shot in the water, so they'll play from Mike's tee ball.
Yeah, using the putter from off the green here. He's done it pretty successfully today, but this is a tough putt to get the speed right.
The pro from Kentucky with the Texas wedge. Boy, that's pretty darn good.
Wow. Beautiful effort.
Yeah, great touch.
18.
And the second for John Daly.
Boy, he's going right at it.
Of course. Only one way to go, and that's right at the stick for John Daly.
Beautiful shot. Should just stay there on the fringe.
Back at 17.
Justin Thomas now with a wedge, Noda.
Yeah, he's going to take dead aim. Mike well inside 3 feet. It's that first hop that's going to dictate if you can get it to kick straight.
And looks like he's going to give the Woods team a little bit of a read. I saw their coin there very close to this line.
All right, those are two great shots, huh? So nothing left there. To 18.
See if Little John can improve on Dad's ball.
See, Dad used a hybrid. That might be a 4, maybe even a 5 iron for Little John.
Talk about right at it.
Just flew it a little too far. Man, that was hit so solidly. Beautiful shot.
Hat coming off for LJ. Well, no, it stayed just perched. Back at 17.
All right, now Charlie Woods, after that spectacular shot on the last hole, allowing the team to birdie it. Let's see what he's got left here, Noda.
Yeah, there's a spot about halfway to the hole. Going to be slightly uphill to start and work just ever so slightly downhill back toward the water. But there's a spot there at the transition point Tiger pointed to give Charlie just a little bit of indication of what he sees this putt doing. The last part of this, Jimmy, is a little bit running away and down grain, so Charlie puts a little heat on it. It might run out just a bit.
Yeah, you can see the change in the color of the green where that grain change occurs. I'll tell you what, that's perfectly red for speed. So no problem there, but he's not happy.
No, he's not happy at all.
I'm just waiting to hear it. Oh, Charlie?
Oh, man. High standards.
He will have a few words with himself, I've noticed, after a couple poor shots today. It's great to see the competitive fire in him.
Well, after that note that he left for the Team Thomas on the 13th, apparently not a man spare of words.
Well, Tiger has said, Jimmy, right, that the competitive fires run deep in the family.
We know where he would get it from, huh? So Tiger a little bit more aggressively, but shouldn't be much of a problem for these guys. And I'd imagine Charlie will just bang this in. The Team Thomas has already putted out for their par. So par for the Woods team. And some smiles. They're 9 under par. 5 shots back of the lead as they head over to the par 5 18th. And that's exactly where we'll go right now.
And Jackie Langer-John just a moment ago, her third. Again, filling in for her brother, who was unable to defend the title with Dad Bernhard Langer, and that's a nice little shot.
Yeah, got some nice height on that to be able to stop it.
And now her ageless father, Bernhard, 63 years old, still cranking out wins, high finishes. How about his latest Masters performance?
It's just phenomenal.
Welcome to the green, Jackie.
And on the back of the green,
looking for that fast finish back up the hill. Little John paying a lot of attention to this. Dad plays very quickly.
does LJ keep up that kind of pace too, or not quite as fast?
No, he really does. And as Justin pointed out, post second shot for Little John, this young man's very impressive. He's got a great move at the ball, and certainly he's going to make a lot of noise in this tournament for years to come. But it'll be interesting to watch his collegiate career as he gets to Arkansas next year.
No doubt about it.
No, you're right, Bones. And with the college game and the way it is, those players needing to hit the ball long ways, and not so Little John here certainly does that. He checks that box.
And Dad isn't going to overplay anything. I mean, John has always been a straight shooter, even if it comes to his son. In the words of John, he says he just hits it, man. He's got that sound of a swoosh in basketball, or the perfect pass, or that tennis racket hitting it solid every time. He just says he's got that.
Justin, I like that. Then not so Little John.
Well, you know, I think that should be part of his name on our bios.
Why not?
You know, he had 4 top 10 finishes in AJGA events in 2020, and as so many know, that's kind of the premier organization as far as junior golf in the United States.
Well, that's aggressive.
Yes, we'll stay tuned here.
Yeah, they got a little comebacker, but it'll be used from Dad's position coming back for the birdie. In the meantime, a little strategy going here for the Thomases. Mike is playing first this time around.
Yeah, he's got maybe about a 60-yard advantage here, so if he can get one out there, JT might not have to hit.
Yeah, that's in good shape up the left center.
And the same strategy being used for the Woods team. Charlie's going to go first, way up there on the front tees, 434 yards.
And Charlie can really help out here because the bunker up the right, which causes problems for Woods and Thomas, is not in play for Charlie. He can just bust it right over that thing, and as long as he keeps it out of the water, they should have a mid-iron in for Tiger.
Yeah, this front tee is 130 yards shorter than the back tee.
Oh boy.
And that is a perfectly struck tee shot right there.
Just keeps cranking them out. Again, I think they've only used 2 of Tiger's drives on the day. And once again, we got it covered, Dad.
Come
We're
on,
good.
Dad.
Come on up here. And now Justin Thomas.
Yeah, Justin, so JT here, now that he knows his dad's in a good spot, he can really challenge the left side, shorten up the hole, and just try and rip one out there.
Yeah, it looks like he's setting up to hit a draw. Normally likes to play a fade, especially with this driver, but he's going to try and get one as far out there as he can.
Great job, Buck.
Well, he got all of that one.
That was smoke.
Wow, carried 301. And that's in great position on the right-hand side of the fairway, too.
Up ahead on the green just earlier, Bernhardt for the birdie. Nicely done for him and daughter Jackie. And now the Daly's finishing up for birdie. A couple cracks at it here. Such a good touch by John Daly through the years.
They got 240 left. Beautiful tee shot set up by JT. Mike's going to have to fit this in between those two bunkers, Justin. I don't think he has enough gas to get it all the way there on the carry.
I agree, Noda. It's just something maybe started at that right bunker. Try and get it turning a little bit. See if he can get it to release. It's not a big hill there in front of the green, so a little lower ball flight with a little bit of a draw and try and get it scooting there between those two bunkers.